So a number of you asked for a Spoonflower tutorial, so here it is. First of all, if you go to spoonflower.com and you search for me, here's what you find. Showing Jamie Calvestrand in fabric, and none of these are mine. And you can tell because they're by these other people. It would say by Jamie Calvestrand Design. If we search Jamie Calvestrand Design, we get the same problem. If you search the actual name of one of my Spoonflower fabrics, the same thing will happen. So they leave a little bit to be desired on their search feature. If we actually put in the name Jamie_Calvestrand_design and search that, ta-da, and here you can see these are my fabrics: Jamie Calvestrand Design, Jamie Calvestrand Design. So I try to put my links in every place so that it's easy for you to get to me in the Spoonflower universe. So if you use any of the links that I provide, you will come to this page, which is my shop, and you can order any of these fabrics in many different kinds of fabrics. Some of the designs you can actually order as wallpaper too, but you guys are quilters, so you're probably more interested in fabric. You can sort by color, and you can sort by collection. So here are my collections. Here you can see the skin tones, and some of these are by design. When I say by design, I mean they're all the same print, they're just in color, different colorways. So let's say you want to order, well, let's go to this one, Force of Nature. And let's say you want to do the swatches like I was talking about. This is where you use the fill a yard feature that they have. So I am in the collection I want to pick. I am going to click Start Designing. And then what you need to do is figure out how many yards you want and how big of pieces you want. So if we go to this one where you're going to get 2 yards of fabric and you're going to get the biggest squares, you can see these are smaller, these are smaller. And then you're going to select your fabric. And something I just learned today is that you can see here, it just gives you one choice of the organic sateen. Not all of these have all of the fabrics available. So if you're using the Petal Signature Cotton, you can do the 1 yard up to 42 designs, which is the 6-inch square, and you can do the 1 yard vertical half-yard cuts. The rest of them, I couldn't find the Petal Cotton, and I did reach out to their people, and they said, no, they're not all available in everything because of the yardage widths of the fabric. So I don't really quite understand why they can't do it, but they can't. So something to be aware of. Okay, let's get back to the next step. And then you're going to click Design Your Project. So now what you have over here on the right is the whole collection to pick from. And over here on the left is what you're going to fill. This is already a 1 yard cut. So if you put that in here, I'll show you what happens. It's going to chop it off. So we don't want that. So to get rid of it, we're going to pick a different fabric. So let's just start. I'm going to start with some of these skin tones. So I'm just clicking over here in the collection, and then I'm clicking on the block where I want it. So because I cut these up and use them, the order doesn't really matter. But if you want to use it as a what I want to say, as a cheater quilt, then you definitely want to kind of figure out what order you want these in. But I'm just going to do this real quickly for demonstration purposes. Okay, so here is a little quick heads up. If you click add to cart, you will add it to the cart, and it's just going to show up as gray squares. I'll show you that in a minute. Then what happens is you've put it in your cart, but you don't really remember exactly what you put in here. So I would suggest doing a screenshot. So I screenshot this so that I know, and I learned this the hard way. So there's my screenshot of what I ordered. Okay, so because here's what happens. You hit add to cart. And then if we view the cart, this is what it looks like. And I did, this is an earlier practice one, and here's the one I just did. So get rid of the earlier one. So you can see there's no record. Until you get the order, you won't know what you ordered. So definitely do the screenshot. And then of course you just click here to check out and pick your shipping options and all of that kind of thing. So one of the things I wanted to mention is that if you, it doesn't tell you what size these squares are, but if you hover long enough, like this one says the squares measure 9 by 9, this one 16 by 16, 6 by 6. So basically for squares you've got 6 by 6, 9 by 9, and 16 by 16. That's kind of it. I think if you play around on the site, you'll figure out how to navigate it fairly easily. The biggest trick, if you want to find my work, is to use the links. Don't use the search. So play around with it, and if you have questions, just leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them for you. The other thing you can use is this little thing down here, which is the chat bot box. So that has worked for me in the past. So that's all for now, and I will see you next Saturday with my new video. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.